You're Miranda, right? You're Matt's 42-year-old grandma wife, am I right?
Excuse me, but may I first ask who this is?
Just answer me, would you, you old bat?
It would be courteous if you would announce yourself first. After all, you're the one contacting me. I just don't feel it's fair that you know who I am, but I have no idea who you are. Before we start any conversation, we really must be on equal terms, don't you agree? Furthermore, when a total stranger contacts me and calls me an old bat, who wouldn't feel apprehensive and proceed with caution?
All right, okay already. My name is Anna, I'm 23. Does that satisfy you? Can we proceed now? No need for any apprehension now. I bet that 23 part kind of blew your mind, huh? Yeah, don't blame you. I'm Matt's young and beautiful future wife. Pleased to meet you.
Oh, is that right? Did you just contact me to tell me that? Let me get this right. You are well aware that I'm his wife, but you shamelessly text me to announce your relationship with my husband? Did I get that right?
Yeah, that's right. I heard that he's divorcing you anyway, so what's the big deal, right? What I can't believe is that you just gave birth to a kid at that old age. And he's dumping you? I can see you're pretty desperate, trying to hang on to Matt by having a baby. But I guess it didn't turn out the way you planned, did it?
So you're telling me that you were waiting in the wings to become his wife? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Bingo! That's right! We're starting a new life together, and you're not part of it. Neither is that kid of yours. As a matter of fact, I'm already packed and ready to move in with Matt. And for your information, that nice house you're living in now, I'm actually already living there.
Pardon me? Anna, are you out of your mind? Are you really kicking me and my child out of our house? You can't be serious. What's wrong with you? You have no right to do this. This is our house. You have no say in this.
That's just too bad, isn't it? Let me explain something to you, Miranda. You and your child are not wanted in this house anymore. Do you understand?
No, I don't understand. Why do I have to move out of my own damn house?
Well, it's simple. Because Matt has already submitted the divorce papers and you are no longer his wife. That's why.
Wait, what did you just say?
I don't understand why you're so surprised. I mean, the divorce, it was already decided long ago, wasn't it? So, why the loss of words? By the looks of it, you haven't even prepared anything. Nothing is packed. Don't you want all this stuff? You're just gonna leave everything, huh? Well, whatever. It doesn't change anything. You, lady, if you step in this house again, you're a trespasser, an unlawful resident. I cannot allow a total stranger to be in the house of my future husband. So don't even think about coming back in. You do understand that, don't you now, Miranda? I will soon be Matt's wife, so on his behalf, I took the liberty of throwing out the trash. He'll thank me for it later. As a matter of fact, he'll be overjoyed.
I can understand you kicking me out, Anna, but a 1-month-old baby, too? Have you no shame? I wasn't even able to get the baby stuff for crying out loud.
And how could you confiscate the keys, too? You completely locked us out. This is outrageous. How could you do such a thing? Oh, I'm sorry. Are you concerned about the milk and the diapers? Come on, Miranda, just go down to the local supermarket and pick some up there. There's one a few blocks down the street, for Pete's sake. You do have your purse, don't you? Make do with what you got. Don't even think about coming into this house. This place is no longer yours. You got that, old lady? Technically speaking, that is not your house either. Yeah, well, maybe not right this second, but I'm going to be Matt's wife soon enough. Then it will be mine, just a matter of time. But you don't understand, the house is not even Matt's. Yeah, sure. No use lying through your teeth, lady. The house is gonna be mine, no doubt whatsoever. Any which way you look at it, Matt's with me on this, and there's nothing you can do to change that. He told me that he didn't want some kid that a dodgy, over 40-year-old lady gave birth to. You're the dodgy one here, Anna. Is that the only comeback you got? You sound like a beaten dog with your tail between your legs. You know what? I'm getting sick of texting you. Just get out of here and never show your face around here again, please. And if you don't do the vanishing act soon, I'm gonna call the police. You don't want that, do you?
Okay, Anna, have it your way. I tried talking to you. Don't come crawling to me later. Hello, George. I hate to bother you. I know you're probably driving and on your way back home about now, but could you contact me ASAP? I need a little advice. It's very important.
Oh, hello, Miranda. What's the matter? What's this about? Are you in some kind of trouble?
Well, I guess you can say that. There's an emergency situation and I have no one else to turn to.
An emergency situation? Sounds serious. What's up? Oh my god, don't tell me my brother Matt did something stupid again. Oh, I'm really sorry, Miranda. He's such a jerk sometimes.
Well, not really Matt himself. I'm not sure how involved he is, but it's more about this girl. A girl calling herself Anna says she's Matt's mistress. She came barging into the house and locked me and my child out. Says the house is hers.
Huh? Anna, you say?
Yes, that's what she said. I'm not sure where she got the key. Maybe Matt gave her a spare. Maybe she stole it from him. I'm not really sure. Anyway, she got in somehow and took over the place. I couldn't even get my things out in time.
Who's this Anna? Is she someone he knows or works with?
Like I said, it seems she's his mistress. At least that's what she says.
So Matt's cheating on you.
She insists that she's going to be Matt's next wife and that he already submitted the divorce paper. Apparently, it's just a matter of time. My son and I were locked out with nothing. All I had with me was my purse and some baby stuff. I just went out to pick up some groceries.
Oh, I can't believe what I'm hearing. Is this some kind of joke?
No joke, I'm afraid.
So, you're telling me that this woman, this Anna, is currently in the house and has you locked out?
Yes, I can't believe it myself, but that's the case. I don't know what to do.
Can I ask you where you and your son are right now? This is serious, you know? To be locked out of your own home with nothing? This is surreal. Just hope you guys are okay.
I came over here to a friend's house a few blocks away. She was good enough to help me out. She even offered to let me stay for a few days until things work out.
A friend, huh? You know this person well?
Yes, actually she had a baby 1 month before me. I confided in her a lot, so we're fairly close. She's been so nice. She married Dan Stevenson. Do you know the Stevensons? They live on the corner of 5th and Main Street?
Oh, yeah, sure. My wife also knows her well, Kathy Stevenson, right? Everyone calls her Kat.
Yes, that's her. I don't know what I would have done without her help.
That's a relief anyway. At least she's not wandering the streets or anything. I better get my wife to call Kat later and thank her.
Yes, like I said, I owe her a debt of gratitude. It's good to have a friend when you're in need.
But we can't leave the situation as is. We have to settle this somehow.
Yes, there's no doubt about that. I was thinking of calling the police, but I figured I should contact you before I called the authorities. I thought maybe you had some more constructive advice?
You made the right decision, Miranda. Leave the rest to me, huh? I'll take care of this. My wife and I will head over there right now. We should get there in an hour or so. Be patient and don't worry, we'll take care of this one way or another. Hope Mrs. Steenson won't mind, but hold on tight for a bit longer.
Thanks so much, George. I already feel much better.
Hey, Miranda, what's the meaning of this? And who the hell is that guy? What's he doing here? He apparently knows you. Did you send this goon over to kick me out? Don't tell me this guy is your new boyfriend. So you've been cheating on Matt, huh? Well, he did just that. You're gonna pay for this.
I am not like you, Anna. Don't put me in the same category as you.
Yeah, whatever. So what is this all about? Who's that goon who kicked me out? He has no right. Why the hell should I, Matt's future wife, have to be kicked out of her own home? Tell me that. I was just going to open up the safe and just sit and stare at the $1 million in cash sitting in there. I was going to savor the moment for just a little while until that goon shattered my dreams.
$1 million in cash sitting in the safe? What are you even talking about?
Give me my $1 million back. That's not yours anymore, you old hag.
Anna, I'm going to have to stop you for 1 second.
What the hell for? You just want to avoid the subject.
Do you really think there's $1 million in that house? Who would leave such a fortune at home?
Excuse me. No $1 million. But Matt said the money was there, in his safe.
Oh, okay. I see. You know what that is? I think it's about his grandfather. He used to have $1 million in the bank or something. That was a long time ago. I heard that story countless times.
In the bank? So the money's in the bank and not in the safe? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't think it's cash. But in assets, maybe like in property or stocks. I'm not sure of the details, to be honest.
Wait, what? So it's not cash? Seriously?
Matt apparently talked to his brother about that after a few too many drinks. I remember him mentioning $1 million several times as if it was real.
His brother? He has a brother?
Yes, George. Didn't you know he had a brother? As Matt's future wife, I would think you would know that. That goon who kicked you out of the house? That was George, Matt's older brother.
That guy? He's Matt's brother? You're not serious.
And another thing that you didn't know and should probably have known before you pulled this stunt, he owns that house outright, not Matt.
Huh? Hold on a second. Back up a little. You're going way too fast for me. I'm getting totally confused.
Yes, well, it's all very complicated. I'm so sorry that it's all so overwhelming for you, Anna. Let me clear things up a bit for you. First off, That house is owned by George, Matt's older brother. We were allowed to live there while George and his wife worked overseas. We weren't going to live there permanently, just until they returned from George's overseas assignment. After that, we would find a new place to live.
You guys were going to move out sooner or later? Matt never mentioned any of this.
Yes, well, he should have, because George returned yesterday from his overseas assignment. We were just talking about when he would move back in.
No, this can't be right. You're making this stuff up, aren't you?
As you were saying, we are currently in the process of divorcing after it was revealed that he was cheating on me. I was waiting for my son to settle in a bit more before I headed home to Florida, where my folks live. I would have preferred to wait several more months.
Seriously? Hey, by the way, where is Matt right now? I haven't heard from him in a while.
Oh, I'm surprised he isn't with you, to be honest.
Yeah, well...
Can I ask you one thing, Anna? Does the name Sandra ring a bell?
Wait, excuse me, Sandra? Why are you asking about my older sister? We cut ties like 5 years ago. I haven't talked to her since. Why do you even know her?
Oh, I see. You cut ties with her, huh?
Yeah, well, she's my older sister and all, and maybe I shouldn't have done such a thing, but at the time, I suppose I was in love. Anyways, I took her boyfriend, and long story short, we squabbled a bit, and I haven't talked to her since. What's this got to do with my sister, anyway?
Anna? Listen carefully. The reason I wanted the divorce from Matt was not because of you.
Pardon me, what are you talking about?
Anna, think about it for a second. You cut ties with your sister over a guy, and the fact that I know about your sister Sandra. Just put 2 and 2 together for a second.
No, it can't be. It's been 5 years, for God's sake. That's impossible.
That's right, Anna. Matt was having an affair with your sister, Sandra. I heard it was payback for what you did to her 5 years ago. That time you stole her boyfriend from her?
Are you serious? No way.
Apparently, Matt went over to his brother's house this morning, and he happened to mention that fact. And George told me about it.
He was over at his brother's place this morning? He never even mentioned it. As a matter of fact, he hasn't replied to my messages for several days now. What's going on?
He also said that he loved Sandra and that he was on board for this payback scheme that Sandra had already planned. He says he's going to go through with the divorce and marry Sandra.
This is ridiculous.
I really don't know if he's serious about this whole thing, but he sure sounds like he is. I bet he already submitted the marriage application to City Hall.
No, this is not happening. How could he? He promised he would make me happy, that he had $1 million in the safe, and that we would live the high life like celebrities. How could he?
Yes, Anna, I agree. How could he? He's despicable. But you have to admit, this was first and foremost your fault to begin with. You stole your sister's boyfriend, and as revenge, she did the same to you. Can you blame her? It was retribution for what you did. But the way I see it, you're both despicable. I can't differentiate the two of you, to be honest.
Well...
My son and I getting all caught up in the middle of this nonsense? This ridiculous tug of war between two sisters I don't even know? I don't deserve this BS, to be quite honest with you. I talked to my lawyer earlier today, and he will be contacting you regarding financial compensation for the emotional damage that you caused.
Huh? What the hell for? Why do I have to pay even a cent?
Although it was your sister that eventually married Matt, The fact remains that you had an affair with my husband. That alone will be sufficient to demand monetary compensation. And don't think about running away. We already know that you live over in the Richmond area nearby. Matt told us all we need to know about you. There's no escaping this, Anna.
Please, you can't do this. I don't have that kind of money. How am I supposed to pay?
Didn't you just hear what I said? We know all about you, Anna. We know you work at Ace Industries as a secretary. We even know how much you make, so don't try denying it.
Please, Miranda. I'm sorry. Please don't do this to me. I can't believe this is happening to me. First, Matt betrays me, and then the house is gone? And that $1 million was just a pipe dream? Am I living in a nightmare, for God's sake? I get nothing? Zero? And I have to pay compensation to you? This makes no sense at all. Oh, wait a second. Matt just sent me a message.
It was from Matt, all right. He wanted to inform me that he was dumping me.
That it's all over. We're finished. This can't be true. This is some kind of prank. Why did Matt choose my sister over me? Why? What's she got that I don't? I'm younger than her. Doesn't that count for anything? Matt, come back to me.
I immediately called my lawyer and sent him all the necessary documents and evidence. A few days later, he officially sent a letter to Anna listing my demands. I don't know how she managed to get the money, but the entire sum was paid in full. Her parents are not exactly poor, so I'm sure her family probably paid it on her behalf. My lawyer later told me how she was when he went to meet with her and her family. I think this whole affair took a devastating toll on her. He tells me she was very quiet and somber. She didn't utter a word during the meeting other than yes or no. Apparently, she later quit her job and shut herself in her room, only coming out to eat or use the bathroom. As for Matt and Sandra, they were so adamant about their love for each other and were ready to make their life together, but the compensation they had to pay me and the monthly child support gnawed away at their happy existence. The debt left them in a dire situation. I heard they were just barely able to make ends meet. Last I heard, they ended up divorcing a couple of months later. Guess that intense love they were so sure about wasn't the passionate love affair that they proclaimed it to be.
Samantha, dear, we really need to talk.
Oh, Jean, look, is this really important? Because I'm kind of busy at the moment.
Busy doing what? Filing your nails?
Huh?
As your mother-in-law, you need to listen to me when I talk to you. Whenever I have something to say, it's always important, okay?
What?
Ugh, you're so hopeless. In fact, that's what I need to talk to you about. You simply aren't doing what you should be doing in order to be the perfect housewife for my son. He deserves only the best. And frankly, you're just not giving him that.
Well, with all due respect, I'm not a housewife. I actually have a very important job that takes up a lot of my time and focus. Your son knew this when we first met, and it hasn't changed since then.
Well, that's just wrong then, isn't it? The man should be the one to earn the money. Once you married Zane, you should have resigned from your job so that you could take care of the house and any children that come along. That's your only job in life now, okay? Of course, I'll help you get adjusted to your new role. I know all of Zane's favorite things, so it only makes sense that I help out around the house and make sure that you're looking after my precious little boy properly.
Look, Jean, I don't want to be rude right now, but there is no way that this is ever happening. I'm not going to quit my job just to be a stay-at-home wife who does the cooking and cleaning. I've worked hard to build my business from the ground up. I'm not about to throw that all away simply because of your outdated and, in all honesty, sexist beliefs. In case you hadn't noticed, women aren't just baby-making maids anymore.
How dare you? I'll have you know that my son has told me everything about you and your so-called business. But the truth is that the company wouldn't have grown so much and started earning so much if it weren't for my Zane. Before you met him, you were floundering in debt, and the business was about to go under. It was my son's smarts and hard work that saved it from bankruptcy. So, actually, you're not needed at that place anymore. If anything, you're a liability that should leave to make the company better.
Okay, what are you on about? Where on earth have you come up with this notion that my company was failing and that I couldn't handle it? Are you seriously telling me that Zane said all of that to you?
Are you suggesting that my son is lying? He would never do that to me.
Yes, he would because he has. My company and I were doing great long before I met Zane. And he hasn't done anything to grow the business. If anything, he's been more of a hindrance than a help. He's constantly getting in the way and interrupting important meetings. Half the time, I have to send him on a ridiculous errand just to keep him out of the way. The only reason I haven't fired him is because he's my husband.
That's not true. My Zane is the smart one, and you're the one who gets in the way. He's even got an appointment with a Mr. Dolph to talk about setting up a new company, expanding on the one you've already made.
He's what now?
Yeah, he was telling me all about he and Mr. Dolph were going to make their own company off of the back of your one and take it international. They'll make millions. So you definitely won't be needed anymore. The only reason I allowed Zane to marry you and put up with such a horrible daughter-in-law for so long was because I knew that my son could do something amazing if he was just given the chance. And he's finally been given that chance.
So, let me get this straight. You're telling me that your son, my husband, is going to try and steal my idea and claim it as his own, taking it international and then shoving me out as the competition?
Ha! You're getting scared now, aren't you? It's a good thing for me, though, because I'll be getting rid of you soon enough.
Oh, how so?
He's going to divorce you, duh. Then he'll find a nice, obedient wife who will stay home and look after the house and children like she should.
I think I need to have a chat with Zane to see what's really going on here.
Go ahead, but you won't be happy with what you discover.
Hey, Zane, are you free to talk?
Hey, sweetie. Of course I am for you. What's up?
Your mom just messaged me claiming a whole bunch of crazy things, and I just wanted to see if any of it was true.
What was she saying?
She was saying that I'm a horrible wife because I didn't quit my job when we got married to stay home to cook and clean and stuff. She said that my business was basically failing until you came along, and that you were the one who saved it and got it earning loads of money, which is obviously not true. Any of this rings a bell?
I'm sorry, Samantha. My mom can just be completely over the top sometimes. Basically, she can act a little crazy.
You're telling me. So none of those things are true then? You never said any of that and she just made it all up in her head?
Well, maybe not entirely.
What do you mean?
I just wanted to make her proud of me. So, I might have said that I was the one who basically got your company up and going, and that maybe you should sign the company over to me as your husband, and you should stay at home more to look after any children we have.
You actually said all that?
Yeah. But you've seen her. When her mind is set on something, there's no stopping her until she gets what she wants. She was bugging me so much about making a name for myself that I simply told her I saved your company to stop her from bugging me so much.
How about instead of claiming that something is yours when it's very clearly not, you actually grow a spine and stand up for yourself? You're in your 30s, for God's sake.
That's easy for you to say. She's not your mom.
No, but she is my mother-in-law, which means I've got to deal with her as well. You know, that wasn't all she said to me. Want to know what else your mom told me?
What did she tell you?
Your mom told me that you and a Mr. Dolph were secretly taking all of my important data, company information, and trying to poach as many of my workers and clients as possible so that you could make your own company, which would be identical to mine, and take it international, with the plan to bully me out of the business once you've established your company.
She told you all of that? I told her that in confidence. There's no way that she should have said any of that to you.
So, it's true then? You actually are doing all of that? My own husband is trying to snake my company, which I built from the ground up through difficult times and with people telling me that I couldn't do it because I am a woman? Oh, and your mom didn't even say half of that. She just told me that you were having meetings with Mr. Dolph about starting your own company.
Wait, you mean you tricked me into admitting all of that?
Yep. I honestly don't know why your mom thinks you're so smart. It's really not true. Oh, and by the way, you're not the only one who wants a divorce.
My mom really doesn't know how to keep her mouth shut.
If you had more of a spine, you'd tell her that to her face. But hey, it's worked out for me. I've got to learn that not only is my husband a horrible, scheming, conniving, backstabbing, even little toad, but I was able to save my company from being stolen out from under me. I'll definitely be putting safety measures in place now so that that doesn't happen. Be sure to thank your mom for me. She's helped me out a lot.
You really think I'm just gonna sign those divorce papers and let you get away without paying me a single penny? Think again. Half of whatever you own is also mine. That's the great thing about getting married. The couple has to share whatever they have if they ever get divorced. Obviously, I don't really have a lot, so I'm definitely the one getting the most out of this deal. Oh well, sucks for you.
You know, usually that is the way things would have to go. You're right.
I know, it's gonna be a massive payday for me. I might not have been able to start up my own company, but having half of yours will be fine too. I'll even be able to get a wife that my mom will be happy with.
However, that's not how things are going to go for you.
Huh?
You do remember that before we got married, I had you sign a prenup, don't you?
What?
Figures you wouldn't remember. Yeah, I had you sign that in the event of a divorce. You had no claim over my company or any of my assets or money. You're going to get absolutely nothing from me.
Wait, you can't do that. This was my backup plan. If I can't have half of everything, then what am I gonna do?
I don't know, and I don't care. Oh, and if you hadn't already guessed, you're fired.
Hang on a moment. Look, I think things have just gotten a little out of hand here. I think we all just need to calm down, sit back, and have a proper chat about everything. We don't want to make any hasty decisions now, do we? I mean, as husband and wife, we really should try and talk our differences out first, don't you think?
No, I think I'm good, thanks. This has been enough talking for me. I found out everything I need to, and I finally see you for who you actually are, and I can't say I'm impressed at all. My attorney will send through the divorce papers. Once those are signed, you and your mom can get out of my life forever.
Samantha, please wait.
No, you've treated me horrible and I deserve so much more. I'm not going to listen to you again. Have fun breaking all this news to your mom. I'm sure she'll be so impressed with you. That was sarcasm, by the way. Goodbye, Zane. After that conversation, I contacted my lawyers and had them send through the divorce papers, along with the prenup document that Zane had signed when we first got married. Because of that document, I didn't have to pay him anything in the divorce. I also decided to take him and his friend Mr. Dolph to court over their scheme to steal my company. They were both found guilty of copyright theft and were forced to pay a hefty fine. Zane's mom definitely wasn't impressed by the situation that she and her son had landed themselves in. But she wasn't my problem anymore, so I don't really care. Sometimes You've got to cut the toxic people out of your life for good in order for it to be more fulfilling.